So everyone, these are the summary of all the parameters that I have taught you so far. Okay, so far we have 6 parameters. Totally there are 6 of them. That is the Z parameters, we have the Y parameters, the ABCD parameters or the transmission parameters, the H parameter or called as the hybrid parameters. Then we have the A dash, B dash, C dash, D dash parameters or the inverse transmission parameters. And then we have the G parameters also called as the inverse hybrid parameters. Okay, and now in the second column I have written the equations for each of these parameters. Okay, now in the third column is the matrix form. Okay, this matrix form is not actually much important to remember. We usually apply this, or we usually take the matrix form in order to write the final answer. Okay, in order to just to express the final answer after finding the value of all different parameters, we write the answer in terms of its matrix form. That's all. Okay, and then in the next column I have written the condition for reciprocity and the condition of symmetry. Okay, if you want you can just pause this video and look through all these equations one more time. Okay, because it is always good to remember these equations beforehand. Most importantly, the second column, this is the most important equations. You need to learn to write these equations as from your memory itself. Okay, if they ask you, sometimes they'll ask you find the ABCD parameters. So in that case you should remember these equations. Okay, and remembering this the conditions of reciprocity and symmetry is also not that difficult. It's also very easy. Once when you get the knack for it, it becomes very easy for you. So let's look at the Z parameter. See, Z parameter, we all know what is meaning of Z parameter, right? Z parameter means we are expressing V1 and V2 in terms of I1 and I2. So therefore we have V1 is equal to Z11 I1 plus Z12 I2 and V2 is equal to Z21 I1 plus Z22 I2. Okay. Now if you simply look at the matrix form, you see expressing V1 and V2 in terms of I1 and I2. Expressing V1 and V2 in terms of I1 and I2. So this is the matrix form. V1 matrix V1 V2 is equal to matrix Z11 Z12 Z21 Z22 and we into matrix I1 I2. Okay, and we all know that the condition for reciprocity is Z12 is equal to Z21. Also we know that the condition for symmetry is Z11 is equal to Z22. So this is about the summary of the Z parameter. Now for the Y parameter, we know what is Y parameter. Y parameter means expressing I1 and I2 in terms of V1 and V2. So the equation is I1 is equal to Y11 V1 plus Y12 V2 and I2 is equal to Y21 V1 plus Y22 V2. And therefore in matrix form we say matrix I1 I2 is equal to Y11 Y2 Y11 Y12. Okay, Y11 Y12 Y21 Y22 into matrix V1 V2. Okay, and the condition for reciprocity is Y12 is equal to Y21 and the condition for symmetry is Y11 is equal to Y22. So this is the summary of the Y parameters. Now for the ABCD parameters, we what is ABCD parameters? That is expressing V1 and I1 in terms of V2 and I2. Or V1 is equal to AV2 minus BI2 and I1 is equal to CV2 minus DI2. Okay, in matrix form as usual we can express V1 and I1 in terms of V2 and minus I2 because this minus comes over here because there's minus in the equation, that's why. So we have V1 matrix V1 I1 is equal to matrix ABCD into matrix V2 and minus I2. And we all know that the equation for reciprocity is AD minus BC is equal to 1 and the condition for symmetry is A is equal to D. Okay. Now next we have is the hybrid parameter. So what is hybrid parameter? Expressing V1 and I2 in terms of I1 and V2. Or V1 is equal to H11 I1 plus H12 V2, I2 is equal to H21 I1 plus H22 V2. Now in matrix form we say matrix V1 I2 is equal to matrix H11 H12 H21 H22 into matrix I1 V2. Okay, and the condition for reciprocity is H12 is equal to minus H21 and the condition for symmetry is H11 H22 minus H21 H12 is equal to 1. That is the condition for symmetry in hybrid parameters. So this is the summary of hybrid parameters. Okay, and the next equation is the inverse transmission parameters or the A dash B dash C dash D dash parameters. So this is parameter means expressing V2 and I2 in terms of V1 and I1, or V2 is equal to A dash V1 minus B dash I1, I2 is equal to C dash V1 minus D dash I1. In matrix form, we say matrix V2 I2 is equal to A dash B dash C dash D dash matrix into matrix V1 by V1 minus I1. Okay. And the condition for reciprocity is A dash D dash minus B dash C dash is equal to 1. Okay. Now in this condition of symmetry is A dash is equal to D dash. Okay. So this is how we say for the inverse transmission parameters. Now the summary for the inverse hybrid parameters. This inverse hybrid parameters means expressing I2 and V2 in terms of V1 and I2. So I1 is equal to G11 V1 plus G12 I2, and V2 is equal to G21 V1 plus G22 I2. And in matrix form, we say matrix I1 V2 is equal to matrix G11 G12 G21 G22 into matrix V1 I2, and the condition for reciprocity is G12 is equal to minus G21, and the condition for symmetry is G11 G22 minus G21 G12 is equal to 1. Okay. So if you look at this all the summary, remembering them is not that difficult, you see, because once when you look at each of these equations and understanding them is very easy. For example, we can say what is Z parameter. If you look at this equation, Z parameter, we have already seen this equation in many forms in my previous videos. This is nothing but Kirchhoff voltage law. This equation is actually nothing but mesh analysis, right? This is expressing the equations in mesh analysis is what you see here, and writing its corresponding matrix form and remembering its the conditions for reciprocity as well as its symmetry. Now look at the Y parameters. This equation is actually nothing but your Kirchhoff's current law, KCL, Kirchhoff's current law, or you can say that this equation is nothing but the node analysis of your circuit. The node analysis of circuit will give this kind of an equation. So it's very easy to remember this equation also, right? That's expressing the current in terms of voltages. This is expressing voltages in terms of currents. See, so remembering the equations are also very easy, and just simply look at the condition of reciprocity of Z and Y. Both of them are exactly the same, right? Only the letters are different. Also the condition for symmetry also. So it's very easy to remember these two, right? It's also very easy to remember these two. Now regarding about ABCD, we know that transmission parameter, just look at the word name, transmission, from input to output, which means expressing input in terms of output. So which means expressing V1 I1 in terms of V2 and I2. Okay, that's all. So just simply remember this equation. V1 is equal to AV2 minus, okay, don't forget there's a minus, it's not plus. So AV2 minus BI2, and I1 is equal to CV2 minus DI2. Okay, and likewise remembering the matrix form is also very easy. Just don't forget to put your minus. The same minus that you see here should be put over here, because I2 is always minus. Okay, and look at the condition for reciprocity, condition for symmetry. And one of the enjoyable fact is that if you remember this, then remembering this is also very easy. You see, look at this. See, if expressing V1 and I1 is called as ABCD, then expressing V2 and I2 is called as A dash, B dash, C dash, D dash. As expressing V1, I1 is transmission parameters, then expressing V2 and I2 is actually inverse transmission parameters. And look at the condition for reciprocity. It's exactly the same, only the parameters are different. Over here also, the conditions are same. You see, only the parameters are different. So which means if you remember this, then remembering this is very easy. Okay, that's what I meant. Also compare this with this. This is hybrid, this is inverse hybrid. Hybrid means expressing V1 and I2. So if hybrid means expressing V1 and I2, then expressing I1 and V2 is called as inverse hybrid. Okay, so if for inverse hybrid we express I1 and V2, but for hybrid we express V1 and I2, and its corresponding matrix form is written. And also look at the condition for reciprocity. They are both the same, only the parameters are different. Same in the condition for symmetry also. See, it's the same. Okay, so now how to do these problems? The problems what they do is that the technique is simple. Okay, they will just simply give you a circuit. That is what is going to happen. The problems how it is going to do is very simple. They will just give you a circuit, and from the circuit you need to mark V1, I1, V2, I2. You need to mark these 4 parameters. Okay, that is, we know at the input side or at one port you apply V1 and I1, at the other port we apply V2 and I2, and then you find the equations of different parameters, which means, for example, if they ask you to find Z parameter, you should find the value of Z11, Z12, Z21, Z22. If they ask you to find A, B, C, D, then you should find the value of A, B, C and D. If they ask you to check for the condition of reciprocity, then you should check if the value of, if they check if these two values are same. If they ask you to check if the condition of symmetry, then you should check if these two values are same. If they're same, then they're symmetry. If they're not same, then they're not symmetry. So that is how we check. So they'll ask you to find different parameters. Okay, sometimes they'll ask you to find the hybrid parameters, or they'll ask you to find the Y parameters. Okay, so and also they might ask you to find. So when they ask you to find these parameters, this is what is very important to understand. There are two ways to find the parameter, the value of the parameters. One way is that you can try to express the given circuit in terms of the parameter equations. If you are able to, which is at that technique is what is actually a very good technique, that is expressing the circuit. They'll give you a circuit, they'll ask you to find the different parameters. Okay, suppose if they ask you to find Z parameters, so in that case they'll give you a circuit, and if you are able to express that in that circuit, if you are able to express the equations in terms of V1, I1 and I2, then you have found the value of Z11 and Z12 by simply comparing the equations. Same case also, if you are able to express the equation in your given circuit in terms of V2, I1 and I2, then you can easily find the value of Z21 and Z22. You see, that's one way of finding, that is trying to make the circuit equations in terms of these parameter equations and then simply compare the parameters and write the answer. That is one technique of applying or finding the parameters. The other technique is that you can simply find, like I said, you can simply find the value of individual parameters by applying the individual equations. For example, we all know that the equation for Z11 is V1 by I1 when I2 is equal to 0. Also, we know the equation for Z21, that is V2 by I1 when I2 is equal to 0. Likewise, for all the parameters also, you can express them by simply looking at the equations. You can express the value or the equation of the individual parameters, right, by simply looking at the equation. So you can apply those conditions to your circuit equation and then find the value of the individual parameters. That is also another technique. Okay, now regarding about the equations, you see, you can apply any technique you like. There is no clear-cut rule in applying which method to apply to find which parameter. There is no any clear-cut method for that. Okay, you see, because usually, see, if you look over here, this is actually mesh analysis. So my advice to you is, if they ask you to find Z parameters, then I think it's better you write the mesh analysis of that circuit and then find and try to express V1 and V2 in terms of I1 and I2. Okay, and likewise, if they ask you to find Y parameters, okay, if you see here, this is already a known analysis equation. So try to, this is my opinion. Okay, you try to express your circuit in terms, or apply Kirchhoff's current law, or apply node analysis to your circuit and try to express the equation, because node analysis is actually basically nothing but the equations for the current, right? So try to apply node analysis for Y parameters. So in that case, you can find the value of Y11, Y12, Y21, Y22. Okay. And for the other parameters, you can apply any technique you like. You can apply mesh analysis or node analysis. But remember, maybe one of the analysis might be easier than the other. That is what you need to find. Okay, one of the analysis is always easier than the other. Okay, but now which analysis is better, that takes some practice. In my personal opinion, I'm saying what I would do if I were in your case, what I would do is that I would apply mesh analysis for all other parameters except for Y parameter, because only Y parameter is a clear-cut current equations. But for the remaining parameter is a mixture of voltage and current equation. Here you have V1 and I1. Here you need to express V1 and I2, and rest of them also. See, all of them are voltage and current equations. So It doesn't matter whether you apply mesh analysis or node analysis, but anyway, whatever equations or method you do, you need to express those equations in terms of these parameters. Then only you can find your answer. Okay. So now let's do some problem based on these parameters. Okay, I'll choose some random parameters and we'll see how to do these problems. Okay, so you'll get an idea how to do it. Okay, what I would suggest is that I want you all to develop your own technique, your own thinking style to do these parameters. Okay, so I'll just show you how it's being done and then try to do the remaining by yourself. Okay, please refer some network textbook problems. Okay, because in some problems are very interesting. There are more than, that's what you need to understand. For these kind of problems, there are more than one ways of solving. Okay, so let's do some of these problems. In my next video, we'll be doing some of these problems. Okay.